The Roggin Report is presented by the Living Desert.
Reason to celebrate in Rancho Mirage. They've got a state champ living there and one step away from becoming a national champ. Welcome into the start of a new week. This is Women's History Month. Saturday was actually International Women's Day, and tonight we'll be saluting and showcasing two exceptional women here on the program. But before we begin, who do you think said this today at a public meeting? Come at me with facts. I'm getting older and less patient, especially when you get cussed at. Let's go to the alley. That's my old gangster. Elected officials live in glass houses, but we can throw them right back. Who said that? The answer is coming up. Now, something that should put a smile on your face, Assemblyman Jeff Gonzalez announced the District 36 Woman of the Year on the floor in Sacramento.
From Assembly District 36 is Carissa Carrera, escorted by Assemblymember Jeff Gonzalez. Carissa Carrera is currently in her 8th year as the Coachella Valley Teachers Association President in the Coachella Valley Unified School District. Carissa has been an educator since 1997, teaching in La Mesa Spring Valley for 7 years before moving to the Coachella Valley. This is her 28th year teaching.
Carissa Carrera, the CVUSD Teachers Union President, had an awful lot to overcome. Members of the school board tried to ruin her life because the union didn't endorse them in recent elections. Honestly, this type of dirty pool has been standard operating procedure for certain board members. But this go-around, it was different. Carissa stood up to them, faced them head-on, called them out, and beat them down. I talked with Carissa and Assemblyman Gonzalez earlier today. Assemblyman Gonzalez, Carissa, thank you for being here, and congratulations to you, Carissa. Assemblyman, talk about this.
You know, this is a momentous occasion where we get to honor one of our very own, someone who's been fighting for our community, fighting for not only students, but teachers, and I'm just honored to be able to be here and support her.
All right, so before I let Carissa talk, Assemblyman, why her? Why? You said what it is, but what about her?
Sure, you know, I went through this list. I mean, there's a ton of folks that obviously qualify to be Woman of the Year, but I kept on going back to the same thing. This warrior has been in the fight. You know, all the issues that have gone on in the district, she continues to step up and lead, show the courage, and honestly be a role model to her peers and to her colleagues. And I love the fact that we get to honor her and she gets to represent the 36th Assembly District as the Woman of the Year.
All right, so Carissa, it has been quite the ride for you since we first met you. You know, there was a point in time where we didn't think you'd even have a job. Of course, that was all trumped up charges, and you were courageous. You were courageous. You did something that people don't do, and I know the Assemblyman respects this a great deal. You stood up to him. You wouldn't be bullied. You held your ground, and now you stand next to our Assemblyman. How do you feel today?
Honored, obviously. A little surprised that, you know, I'm the one who was selected for it because I kind of feel like what I do is just what I'm supposed to do. Not necessarily something out of the ordinary, but I appreciate the recognition, and I do understand what he's saying when he describes, you know, what I've been doing out there in our school district and the community, because I have been out there since 2004, and I think since 2005 is when I joined the teachers union in their work out there. So I have been doing this for a long time.
Well, listen, it is an honor well-deserved. Assemblyman, I will tell you something. She's a little camera shy. She's a little embarrassed that you selected her. Am I right, Carissa, in both counts? Yeah, so you know, you did something really cool for her, and now I'm going to tell you both something as I say goodbye to you. Tomorrow night, because I know you are both very interested in this, we're going to have something that might be a game changer when it comes to CVUSD. We have been working on something for some time, and tomorrow night will be the night. And I promise I will let you both know about it tomorrow before we do it, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fred. And we appreciate being here and supporting you, and what you continue to do is get the word out and make sure people understand what truth is.
All right, Assemblyman, Carissa, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
All right, I've been saying for months that the people at the county don't care what you think about animal services. Because they don't care, they're being sued. Well, today we learned they don't care about that either. Why would I say that? Here is the answer to that quote I showed you at the top. When talking about the passion of animal advocates and the situation the county is in, Manny Perez had this to say at the GCV Chamber of Commerce legislative breakfast. Come at me with facts. I'm getting older and less patient, especially when you get cussed at. Let's go to the alley. That's my old gangster. Elected officials live in glass houses, but we can throw them back. So because people care, people that you dismissed, and because they were right, you have decided you'd like to meet them in the alley and fight them. You said elected officials live in glass houses, but we can throw the rocks back. What? So if people are committed, pay very close attention, and care enough to fight for what's right, you want to throw rocks at them. So apparently, if you have a concern and want Manny Perez to help, stay out of the alley and watch out for flying rocks. I don't know. That sounds borderline threatening. Oh, Manny said one other thing. Come at me with facts. Here's a fact. This video was taken inside the shelter last week. Look at all the empty spaces. Well, that's where the cats are. Not a lot of cats. Why would that be? Well, when someone went to drop a few cats off, they were told intake cats are being spayed, neutered, thereafter released to streets. Adopted rates for shelter cats is dismal at best. So is it better they get regularly euthanized at the shelter or they be given a chance to live on the streets? So would you rather face a firing squad or be thrown into the middle of the desert for a week with a temperature of 120 degrees and no water? And since Manny wants to come at him with facts, here's another one. A person he put on the committee to select the new director has the same philosophy about cats, this down in San Diego. Don't take them in, make them fend for themselves. Well, a court ordered him to stop. He refused. Now the court issued an injunction to force him to stop. So someone who defied a court order and now has an injunction filed against him was consulted about who to hire here. You want facts? That's a fact. All right, you sleep well last night? Feel a little bit off today? You're probably not alone. Welcome to a new edition of The Time Change. Losing just 1 hour of sleep can throw off our internal clocks in ways that ripple through our health, spiking risks for heart problems, groggy commutes, and restless nights. So why not stop it? 7 out of 10 Americans think it's a bad idea. The number of Americans who want to make daylight saving time permanent has been increasing steadily over the decades. The Senate passed a bill to make that happen. The House didn't, and now it's dead. It'll have to be reintroduced to get it moving along. Our guests tonight, Stephanie Green and Brian Harnick. Stephanie, how you feeling today? Good? You a little bit off?
A little bit off, and all the animals are way off because they're used to getting fed at a certain time.
How about you, Brian?
I'm one of those animals who's way off because I didn't get fed at the usual time. So yeah, I am off today.
If you were in charge, Brian, would you just want one standard time?
Absolutely. I don't care which it is, pick one. Studies have shown actually fatalities increase the day after we lose an hour of sleep. And there are other studies that actually judges in criminal cases give harsher sentences the day after we lose sleep compared to the Monday after we gain sleep. It's an effect on all of us. Enough. The reasons why we had it don't exist anymore. Let's get back to no time change. I think this is an easy call. We all want it, but government moves at the speed of democracy. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Stephanie, are you one of the people that want it?
Well, I'm a little bit on the other side in that I like that hour in the morning, but at the end of the day, I'm also done with it. And let's just have one time. We can all get used to it. And then there won't be all this, weeping and wringing of the hands because we lost or gained an hour.
All right, so a 2020 study estimated that each spring shift was associated with 150,000 incidences of negative health effects in the U.S. If that is the case, why would the House of Representatives vote it down? Why not pass it and make everybody happy, Brian?
You know what? There is a reason Congress has like a less than 10% approval rating. I don't get it. We all want it. These people should be responsive to us. I don't understand what the issue is. If you remember, a number of years ago, Californians voted on a proposition to tell our state legislature to get rid of this stuff. The state hasn't done anything, but even if they did, they'd still need the feds to approve it. I don't get it, Fred. This one makes me lose sleep.
All right, since it is Women's History Month, here's a quick story. Two women, a couple, married, got dressed to the nines over the weekend and bought good seats at the McCallum. Nice couple. They saved for these tickets. They were super excited about the show, and they were quite friendly. But an usher comes up to them during intermission and told them someone had complained about them. They couldn't figure out what happened. They asked the people around them, and no one said they complained. But they figured out who the person was, who may have done it. And perhaps that person had a problem with their lifestyle. They were upset and they left. So cruel, so unfair. Let this be a reminder to everyone to always be a good neighbor. Kathleen in Indio is looking for a photographer. She needs some family photos taken March 23rd. Marie in La Quinta needs some ocular bling. By that I mean she's looking for a great place to find fabulous glasses. Vicki in Palm Desert needs an amazing landscape plumber. And soon Cathedral City needs a ride to the center at Eisenhower. She needs to be picked up and dropped off back in Indio on April 4th.
You think you know everything and we know nothing? Prove it.
Find Fred on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fred Roggin. You can also email thedesertdean@gmail.com.
Maybe you are the smartest person in the room.
Can you ride your bike on the sidewalk? So recently, a few viewers have written about people riding their bikes on the sidewalks. Corinne is the latest. She wrote about electric bikes. I am puzzled and concerned as a runner that I am seeing an increasing amount of electric bikes on the sidewalks. Not only are the sidewalks designed for us non-motorized pedestrians, they are very generous bike lanes for bikes, e-bikes, and golf carts. All right, Corinne, people might not like it, but it's okay in Palm Desert. Unlike many cities, Palm Desert and the Coachella Valley generally do not have a specific law banning bike riding, including electric bikes on the sidewalks. Ever feel lonely? Sometimes people in a relationship feel lonely. Right or wrong, they find comfort in other places. How comfortable are you with your computer? May sound silly, but AI is so advanced that people are using it to get something they are not getting in their real relationships. The AI algorithms can learn and adapt to your needs in a romantic relationship and provide you with the responses that you might feel more connected to. These chatbots can not only provide support, but can also replicate your moods and preferences. That's a switch a human partner might not be able to make. So if you're in a relationship, is that cheating? All right, Brian, we'll just talk to you about this one. Is having an intimate connection with an AI chatbot cheating?
I think the answer could be addressed through the following sieve. If you're in a relationship with a human being and you're having a romantic relationship with a chatbot or whatever you call it, the question is, are you willing to tell your actual partner that you're having this relationship, or are you keeping it a secret? If you're keeping it a secret, then you're cheating. If you're willing to share and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, then you likely have a healthy relationship. So the question is not, is the chat, not the bot relationship, is that the problem? It's the relationship with your human partner. Are you lying? Are you cheating? Are you avoiding? Are you denying? Are you doing the things that go along with cheating or not? That's the key thing. The bigger issue, though, Fred, is how bad is this becoming that we can't socialize with human beings anymore, that we're resorting to technology and computers to have intimacy? That's very scary to me in the long run. What do you think?
Well, here's what I think. I think I have to take exception with one thing you said. You know, if you're having a relationship with a chatbot, but you tell your partner, then it's okay because you're not cheating. If you're having a relationship with a chatbot. Don't you think you got bigger problems than telling your partner? Seriously? I mean, wow.
Have you seen what my chatbot looks like? Okay. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a chatbot relationship, Fred. I'm just kidding.
All right, thank you, Brian. She is one step away from the national title. Folks in Rancho Mirage beaming with pride because Miss Senior California, Holly Kenley, lives in their neighborhood.
We are dream girls, boys will make it happy. Yeah, we are dream girls, boys will always care. We are dream girls will never leave you. No, and all you've got to do is dream.
Holly was crowned Miss Senior California and now moves on to compete in Miss Senior America, and she joins us now. Well, Holly, very excited to have you here tonight. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations, congratulations, Miss California, Senior California.
Yes.
Talk about what that was like.
Fred, it was an amazing experience. It's something that I worked really hard for the past year. And when my name was called out, I was just so honored and so surprised. And I'm really looking forward to the next year of my reign and, yeah, representing Miss Senior California.
Okay, so you said you worked hard.
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
Well, I wanted to put out there that I did try last year, and I went in. I had never done anything like this before in my life. So I prepared, I went in, I did my best, and I learned. I observed, I paid attention, and I learned. And most importantly, Fred, I had such a wonderful time that I knew that if I did it again, I would make changes and come back the next year. And I made those changes, and I won.
What happens this year?
This year, I put myself out there to do interviews to represent senior women, of course, but I like to say seniors in general. And so just parades, interviews, opportunities, I love to speak. And so I do want to put out there that, and I have lots of experience with speaking. If people would like me to come and speak, they can contact me through my website. There's no charge, of course, because I'm in my role. And then I will be preparing for the Nationals in October, where I'll be representing California at Miss Senior America in Atlantic City, New Jersey at the Tropicana.
Well, this is so great. Congratulations. All right, so now have people started congratulating you? Has your life changed?
Yes, it has. And it's interesting. One very noticeable difference is that, of course, when I go out in my queen attire, is that people are so full of joy, especially seniors. They come up to me, they want to talk, they want to ask about what this is about. And one of the reasons that I did this is because I want to represent senior women. You know, Fred, as we get older, and I know I'm older than you are, I'm 73.
You got me, but only by a couple of years.
And I think women more specifically, when we kind of hit about our 60s, we're not as visible. We're not seen as much. And so we have so much to offer. We are intelligent, we're vibrant, we're energetic, and we're filled with talent, and we're filled with wisdom. And so I want to represent the elegance, the grace, and the wisdom of senior women.
You couldn't have said that any better. You are delightful, and I so appreciate you coming in. Holly, thank you.
Thank you so much, Fred.
Great seeing you.
Thank you for having me.
And your daily dose of cuteness when we return.
From Palm Springs to Indio to La Quinta, is anyone watching in Indio?
Whatever you're watching, tell us what you think. Find Fred on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fred Roggin. You can also email thedesertdean@gmail.com.
Hey, did you know Your dog is tilting its head when you speak to it to pinpoint where noises are coming from more quickly. This is done to listen more accurately for familiar words such as you want to go on a walk, you want to eat, and helps them to better understand the tone of your voice.
Anthony Caridi and Toyota of the Desert have been with us since day one. In the spirit of full disclosure, I drive one of Anthony's cars and I love it. And for the 5th year in a row, Toyota of the Desert won the President's Award, one of the highest honors a Toyota dealership can receive. They're the only Toyota dealership in the Valley to have won the award. Anthony truly is my guy. And if you want the best team on a newer used Toyota, go see Anthony. Remember, NBC Palm Springs works 24/7. We never sleep. We're always at work. Go to the website, click on programs. Click on the Roggin Report, which has been redesigned once again. That's not the new one, but we'll get it up there for you tomorrow. Content from tonight and past shows as well. All right, appreciate you watching. Tomorrow's a show you need to watch. All right, Wheel of Fortune's next.